Hello folks, just a quick one this. Crossbows. First of all, let me just express my condolences for the recent loss of life yesterday when 3 members of their one family sadly lost their life due to the actions of somebody who's obviously not well or downright evil. That aside, it's almost certainly going to impact on crossbow ownership and purchasing of. There was a review in February this year that was undertaken to see whether more stringent controls were required, including some form of licensing. There's been less than 10 deaths, which is obviously 10 too many, in the last decade by the use of a crossbow. So there's a very, very low case that, ownership of one is putting any member of the public at risk. Not when you look at knife crime, when people are being slaughtered on a daily basis in the UK. But we don't seem to have a great rush to ban steak knives from the shops. So the answer is, I don't know what the answer is really. When they brought in airgun registration in Scotland, you'd basically put it on your Section 2 shotgun certificate, which didn't do a lot for responsible gun owners other than make them give up their guns, put people's jobs at risk, impact on a sport that largely did no harm, because there was ultimately poor enforcement of rules that were already there. And that was the same with firearms and licensing. Unfortunately, we're going to be looking at a knee-jerk reaction to a tragedy, and that doesn't diminish the tragedy, nor should it. Ultimately, people have lost their lives who shouldn't have, and it will boil down to, was it foreseeable, was it preventable? Now, if you ban all shotguns, all firearms, all arrows, bows, crossbows, slingshots, whatever, you'll just have people running you over with a car. Bad people do bad things with whatever they've got at hand, and the case will be made potentially that, well, if it's not at hand they can't use it. Well, I'm sorry, but an asshole will always find a way to be an asshole, and responsible owners are responsible owners. So I think this is going to impact on most people who own crossbows negatively through no fault of their own, who follow the rules, and we'll just have to see what comes down the pipe. But the Home Secretary says she's looking at it as a matter of urgency, which will probably mean that there'll be a knee-jerk reaction and some sort of poorly implemented licensing scheme, which costs you money and doesn't stop people who want to do bad things from buying them in the first place. Okay, so yeah, let's put your comments in, see what you think, and let's chat about it.
I've got canned beans and a pantry shelf high, jars of preserves, don't ask me why. Crossbows and camo, I'm ready to hide. Laugh all you want, but I'll survive. I'm not crazy, I'm a prepper. Gotta preserve when life gets peppered. And the world goes wild when things get tough. I'll be down in my bunker, living it up. Neighbors say I'm paranoid, out of my mind, but I just smile, wave, and bide my time. Cause I've seen the storms and I felt the shakes. I won't be caught when the world finally breaks. Water purifiers and a first aid kit. While they're out partying, I'm digging a pit.